The rain is hammering down outside, and as things get more and more delirious in Casa Spitbucket, I'm joined by Philip Shaw, who is a winemaking legend. It's the first time I've met Philip, so I'm a little bit starstruck, but I'm quite excited because we're talking about one of his favourite things today. Well, I'm guessing it's one of his favourite things. Certainly something he does pretty well, and that's Chardonnay. We're at the Taste Orange event, so we've got a few orange Chardonnays in front of us. It's a pleasure to have you on, Philip.
Right.
And so I'm sorry, I should let you say something. I'm blathering on like an idiot.
Maybe you are.
Tell me, what makes orange Chardonnay special?
But you're pinching my name and I've got it copyright. The idiot Shiraz is actually...
It is.
It is.
It is a multi-award-winning Shiraz.
Yes.
But that's for a whole other day. Chardonnay. What makes orange Chardonnay so special?
Well, you were saying it's raining outside, but in fact it's snowing at home, and it is, and we can't get home tonight for Rosebud.
So you'll have a night out on
so
town.
it's obviously a very cool region, what it is. And I think that's part of the secret of making great Chardonnays. If the vines are slower to grow, you end up with more flavour at the end, but you've got a crop low. That's probably the drawback of it. But yeah, our region, I think probably one of our best varieties for the region is Chardonnay.
Yeah.
Chardonnays is very versatile, so it will grow across a fair amount of altitude. We go from 600 metres up to about 1100 metres, and the styles you make over that range are quite variable, quite different. They'll get finer as you go up, and ideally the ones that we're looking for ourselves are where you can get very fine character but also strong fruit.
We've got 3 here today, and we asked you to pick a couple out of the room next door, and these are, we've obviously got your own, and from Ross Hill and Printhie, and are they producers that you respect in terms of Chardonnay? Oh
yeah, there's a lot of people there doing a great job, but certainly I think these are Chardonnay and other varieties doing an excellent job, yes.
Okay. And we've got, yours comes from Coomaloo Vineyard?
God, poems are hopeless. It's
Coomaloo. Coomaloo.
It's a very Aboriginal name.
Coomaloo.
No, Coomaloo.
Coomaloo. Sorry, I'm mixing it up with Woolloomooloo. Can we not include that? That's really embarrassing. Anyway, we'll move on.
Yeah, well, it's not. I'm embarrassed too. For you.
We're both embarrassed, but I'm feeling definitely the most red face at this point. Let's try some.
I did notice.
I've got a very low blush threshold. Oh God, I haven't even had a drink.
Very nice. Very English.
So this is the Philip Shaw
10.
Number 11, 2010.
Yes.
And what does 11 signify?
It's one of our blocks, number 11. That's what I consider probably our best block of Chardonnay.
Right. Quite nutty on the nose. Would that be fair? I'm getting a bit of nuttiness there.
Yeah, it's amazing. 2010 was a difficult, tricky year, but you can see the fruit and oak are naturally integrated already, very much so. Usually our wines are a little bit finer than this, but I think the difficult year, but also the fact that we cropped this right down because we've been trying to get a little bit more fruit flavour, and I think we've achieved it really well this year.
Some lovely flavours in there.
It's got a lot of complexities, and but it's still got that fineness and the finish, lovely acid.
Yeah, I think
Christmas, but very lovely fruit without being heavy. We start picking about 10.5, 11, and finish by 12, so it's very low. And that's typical what I want to do, is that sort of is crop very low, but try and pick early so you get a really intense flavour, but really bright fruit characters.
Fantastic. Well, let's have a little quick taste of these other two as well.
I'm sure he's Ross Hill are making some great Chardonnays. This is 2009. 2009 was an excellent year. It was cool. We had nice rain without it at the right time. It's not the amount of rain you have, it's when you have it. It can be the problem.
Yeah.
Normally, our driest period is actually vintage.
Yeah.
And so we're very lucky that usually, but like all weather everywhere, occasionally it doesn't work that way, but normally it does.
Yeah. And
it's got a nice light colour, a little bit of green tinge.
I don't know if I'm wrong here, but it seems a little bit more savoury to me than the first one we tried. The fruit's a little bit less overt. Would that be fair, or am I making that up?
I think it's picked later, actually.
Okay.
Yeah, you can see that quite obviously on the back palate where it's got a sweetness there. It's quite a noticeable sweetness. But it's got lovely fruit. It reflects that year. Yeah, I think it's lovely wine.
Fantastic.
And it reflects very much orange style.
Right, let's finish off with the Printhie.
They've got a new label.
Yeah, very smart.
They've got more gold stars than they used to.
The MCC Chardonnay 2009.
I think it's lovely. It's finer.
Mm-hmm.
It's probably not as complex, though. It's probably...
Yeah. I think it probably shows what it's got up front, and it doesn't necessarily develop a lot of complexity in the palate. But
it's got a lovely cleanliness and crispness about it, though. I think they all reflect very closely the region where orange is, extremely exciting region. We're doing fabulous.
And 10 years, 20 years, 30 years down the line, do you think we'll be looking at Chardonnay being the flagship, certainly white variety in the region? Obviously,
see, styles and things that have all changed all the time. It's, it's like a woman's dress. They always change, and I think that's a bit the same with grapes and that. But I think definitely it'll be one of the major varieties and be a very important variety. But whether it's the most important, I don't really know.
Okay, fantastic. Right, well, thank you very much for giving us a little glimpse of the world of orange Chardonnay today. 3 really interesting wines. You probably can't speak for all of them, but what would yours cost if people were looking for it in a shop?
35.
35, okay.
Yeah.
And quite widely available?
Yeah, but it's going pretty quick. It's going to win a big award tomorrow Friday night.
Are you allowed to tell people that?
Probably can, because it won't be...
Will we be broadcasting this tonight?
Yeah. It's won the best Chardonnay in 5 nations, and it also won the top wine.
Wow.
But that's confidential.
That's confidential, don't tell
I
anyone.
imagine that won't get... Nothing will come out of this until later, will it?
And on that bombshell, we shall leave it. It's been fantastic to talk to you, Philip, today about orange Chardonnay. What we want to do is hear from you, though. Do you love Chardonnay? Have you got over the whole Chardonnay hangover that seemed to go on and on and on? Australia's producing the best Chardonnay it's ever made these days, in my humble opinion. And we'd love to hear what you think of Chardonnay in general, or whether you've had some good orange Chardonnay recently. So leave a comment, and we look forward to hearing from you. But for the meantime, we'll let you get back to the tasting.
Thanks for wasting my time.
It's been a pleasure. Thanks for wasting mine. This has been Spitbucket, where we spit so you don't have to. Good night.